everybody, it's Veronica from designaholicstudio.com. I am back to show you what I've done with the lace border, with the lace border and glitter technique that I showed you in the technique video that I did last time. This is the fairy tag that I have already finished, and I used that technique on the top with the lace and the glitter. And this is the tag that I did with the lace and the silver metallic foil. Now on the video last time, that's all I did. I just did the bottom of that tag and I did the top of this tag. And then I went ahead and finished up the tag that had the silver metallic foil on the bottom. And I just wanted to show you, before I get started with the new fairy tag, I just wanted to show you what I did with it. I took an old Christmas card. This is the one that I used. This was an old Christmas card that I had in my stash because, you know, us crafters, we keep everything. And I cut it out to fit the top. Oops. I cut it out to fit the top of the tag. And I glued it on. The other things that I used were some glitter, which there was glitter on the card as you saw, but I wanted to enhance that, so I put a little more glitter on it. I put some glitter around the edge. I used the edge of the card. You can see that red edge with the glitter there. I used that to separate these two pieces. And then I used some gesso to make the lace look a little snowier. And I put a little bit of glitter on there too. You probably cannot see that, but there is some there. I also then put on my red tag holder, and I made a little red bow and put some glitter on there as well. The words "Season's Greetings" came from the card as well. I just fussy cut around them and glued it on. That is such a pretty tag. I'm not sure that I want to give it away, so maybe I'll just give it to one of my daughters and say, look, I want the tag back, or make sure you don't throw it away. I just love this tag. It's just so glittery, and that's me in Christmas. I love glitter. Now this is the fairy tag that I had already done, and I'm going to show you with this tag what I did to what I'm going to do with the new tag, which is this one. And this is the one that I did the video on, doing that technique. It's quite simple. If you want to know how to do that, please refer back to the other video that I just finished so that you can see how to do this process. It's really very easy, and it's fun, and it's very effective. Okay, now I was on a kick about making tags with things that we have in the house so that you don't have to go out and spend too much money. And I had decided to do a fairy tag out of an old calendar that I had. I think this is from 2018. And this is a Linda Ravenscroft calendar. I just love the fairies that she does. I regularly get her calendars. And this is the piece that I'm going to use to put onto this new tag. So I've already traced it because that takes a little bit of time, and I didn't want to spend too much time doing that kind of stuff. I'm just going to cut it out right along the lines. If for some reason I have not given myself enough space on this when I did this tracing, I'll go back and put some glitter around the edge, or I will put some kind of a little border around the edge. I'll put some gemstones on the edge. It's no big deal if you make a little boo-boo. There's always ways to fix it. So I've cut it out. I'm cutting it out right now. There you go. Credit where credit's due, of course. Her calendars are absolutely gorgeous. Her fairies are amazing. And I happen to be a fairy lover. Now I've also marked the top. You see where this comes down to here? So I marked that onto the piece that I'm going to cut out, and I'm just going to cut that right across with my trusty little paper cutter so that it's nice and straight. And hopefully that fits just perfectly onto the card. Let's just see how well I did. Well, I have a little bit of an edge, a white edge. The other thing I could do is just take some purple distress ink and go around the edges, and that's probably what I will do, because that's a quick and easy solution to getting rid of the little bit of white that's still showing. Okay, now normally I put my glue onto my Aleene's quick dry tacky glue, which I love. I usually put it onto a piece of palette paper and then paint it on. But today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm just going to blob it here and there. And then I'm going to use a paintbrush and spread it out. I do like to spread it because it gets it right out to the edges. And you don't have any of those ends curling up. Actually, I think I probably will do it this way. Whoops, stick my finger in the glue. From now on, it's really quick, it's fast, it's easy. It's a little bit easier than doing it the other way. And it still gets the glue out to the edges where I want it. And this is a card made out of this is a tag, sorry, this is a tag made out of mixed media paper so that it holds liquid a little bit better, holds glue better, it doesn't get quite so out of shape. And then I'm just gluing this down, moving it around a little bit to get it to fit and making sure it's straight. You know, these are easy things to do. I have done tags with magazine pages. I have done tags with pieces that I've cut off of a Kleenex box. I have done tags with old calendars and old Christmas cards and even birthday cards. Everything comes in handy. And as I said, I was trying to think out of the box and get as many different surfaces on my tags as I could come up with. And I did quite a few, but unfortunately I've already put those on gifts and they're off to a new home. Okay, that's done. Now, I am going to take some of these purple gemstones, and as you can see on this tag, I didn't put any kind of a border on there, but I am going to put a border on this one. And as I have said many times before, I'm not so sure that I trust the glue on these little things, so I'm going to put a little dot of glue here, and I'm just going to place the gemstone on top of that little dot of glue. And I probably put a little too much on because it's squirting out the sides. And if you've listened to me on videos in the past, I hate when things squirt out the sides. So a little bit less, maybe just, oh, that looks like it's going to be too much again. And these aren't very sticky. Now I've had them for a while. We do have gemstones on the site, so you can find newer ones. I have had these for a while. They're not all that sticky, so that's why I am putting, I think I'll go in the middle now just to make sure that I have things fairly even on either side of the middle. And this one looks like it needs to be pushed over a little bit. It was too close. And the glue does dry clear, so you shouldn't have to worry about that, even if it does squirt out a little bit. And I'm just going to put another gemstone right there. This one won't squirt out, just a tiny little bit of glue. And let's see, how many do I think I could get? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Well, I can't do that because I don't have an, oh, I could. No, you know what? I'm just going to put one in the middle here. I was going to say I could use the pale mauve, but I'm not sure how that would look, so I'll just continue to do this. And I'll just put a few less. And maybe what I'll do later is go back and put a couple of smaller ones in, those empty spaces, if I think it needs it. If it doesn't need it, I won't. And there we go. That's my border. I find that it looks nicer when you divide the glitter section from the actual picture. So that's why I like to put the stones on. I didn't put them on there, and it looks fine, but I could have. And on this one, the Season's Greetings, I definitely needed something to divide this and the lace. It just didn't look right. It didn't look finished, so I used that edging from the card. Now, that's about as much gluing as that has to be done on this. This is a very quick project. This is my contour paint. This one is black from Stamperia, and I'm going to use this on sections of the butterfly wings and on the points where I would like a little bit of raised black. So I'm going to put a little bit here and a little bit here, and I'm going to put some in here. This does dry raised, so it gives a little bit of texture to the tag, and I really like the way it looks. So I'm going to put a little bit here, go around, and you just use it like a I guess a marker, and a little bit here, and then there's another dot here and here and here, and I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put this black raised paint on this piece here, and I think I'm going to do it on her little, I don't know what these are, and I took it out a little further than it was, which is fine, and I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to put a little bit on her staff. The other thing that this helps to do is to kind of separate things and make them more visible. And this is fun too. You'll like doing this. And we do have this as well on our site, so you don't have to go searching for it anywhere if you want to use it. And I think I'm going to put a little bit across here. There's a lot of black on here, so there's a lot of places I can use it. And I'm going to put it down here. And I think I'm going to put some into this shaded area right here. And that should do it. There's a couple of little spots on the wings. That might be nice, and then around and around, and one more little dot. And I think that does it. I'm not going to put any more on here. I think that will do. Now, I'm finished with the contour paint. I'm just going to screw this back on. I don't want it to dry out. This is fun, and we have it in gold as well, so you can have some fun with that on a Christmas card. I could have used it, actually, I could have used it on the tree trunks. I could have put some in here and here just to darken it up a little bit and give it some detail, but I didn't think about it, so I'm not going to do it now. Okay, now that really has to dry, and believe it or not, that's just about it. We don't have to do anything more on this card. I could add a few more gemstones. I don't think it needs it, not with the black. I can't even see a spot that I might want to put a gemstone, not since I've put them across the top. What I could do, and I probably will, when this is dry, I can't do it right now, I'll use some of our, our glitter glue and just glitter it up, the whole card up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I know I've said before, when my sister sends pictures of cards, and she's a glitter freak just like I am, I can never see the glitter when I look at them on the pictures on the computer. So I don't know if you can see the glitter on here, but this whole bottom of the card has a little bit of glitter glue painted on, and I think I'll do that once the black has dried, because I am famous for putting my fingers into my work. So I'm going to not do that. I have a piece of gross grain ribbon. I'm folding it in half, and hopefully again I don't stick my fingers into the black. I want to show you how this will look with the gross grain ribbon on there. Okay, I fold it in half, pull it through, thread the rest of the ribbon in to that space, and pull it tight. I don't know if you notice what color this is. This is a pale mauve ribbon, and it looks really pretty on here. I'm going to show you a little trick. I like to slant my edges, so I cut them, and I'm going to cut this one. I'm afraid of lifting this too much. The reason why is it's liquid. It might slide down. So I'm just going to lift it up so maybe you can see it a little bit closer. The raised black contour paint. It's very cool stuff. I like to use it, and I'm just starting to feel really comfortable with it, so I'll probably be using it a lot more. Okay, I'm going to clip the edges on an angle, because I just really like the look of that. Should I do them both the same way? Yeah, I guess so. Now, people say, what happens when you cut ribbon? Doesn't it fray? Well, here's a little trick that I learned just recently. If you take an edge and your trusty lighter, which I use for my candles, and just go zip across the edge, it seals it and it won't fray. And I'm going to do the other side now, and I'm going to go zip. Now, have I one time set my ribbon on fire? Of course I have. But I blew it out and it was fine, and then resumed. Anyway, there you go. Remember that in order to see the technique of using the lace and the glitter and the score tape or Sook Wang tape, you should refer back to the video that I just completed before this one, just to see how to do that. And again, if you want to see how to do the lace with the metallic flakes, that is on the same video as the lace with the glitter. So everything that you need to do this project is of course available at designaholicstudio.com. I've linked everything in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. I would like to leave you with my mantra, which is try it, you'll love it, and have a fun crafting day.